guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Capricorn for July 2020. Keep in mind, my friends, it's general, so take what you feel applies to you, your situation, what resonates with you, and disregard the rest. Go about your day, my friends, and know that no matter what messages do come through today, it's still up to you and how you integrate this reading, the choices you make, the steps you take in this world to how you get your fulfillment and your active free will, my friends, and that's personal power. For all my subscribers, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, please feel free and subscribe if this resonates with you. Please let me encounter your energy more often and join the journey with me. It'd be wonderful to have you along this ride. So I'm just going to take a moment to call in Archangel Michael. I'm going to call in Archangel Gabriel as well as Archangel Metatron and Goddess Isis to join me to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible for the most far-reaching of messages, and to deliver messages that are only for the highest good of those of us watching. I apologize if I get tongue-tied, guys. Mercury's in retrograde. I'm a Gemini, and Mercury is our ruling planet, so all apologies. I'm going to start off today first with the Messages from Life Oracle by Mario Dugue. Just get a little spiritual advice first off for the month of July for Capricorn, please. Thank you. So you get, I discover who I am. They're wanting me to show you as well this beautiful chunk of fool's gold, this pyrite. Very, very grounding. Some of you may want to try that. So we have forgiveness and we have strength. And I just want to say here, first off as well, it takes a lot of strength for us to be able to forgive people who we feel wronged us, forgive ourselves as well. And that may be why they were like, show them the pyrite, show them the pyrite, because it's going to keep us really grounded and stable. So I'm going to read these for you. So I'm going to start off with forgiveness because I'm feeling really, really drawn to this. And this is keeping our heart open, knowing that not every situation is going to be the same as it was before, and not allowing the past hurts or the past problems. You see here with strength how this heart, it's almost the same, right? That forgiveness really is a strength. I no longer suffer from or struggle with what has been said and done. I bless and am grateful to each soul that I perceive has hurt me, and I release them to their own greater good. My past provides me with the lessons that will help me live fully, more present in this moment. I fill myself with a love that is pure and free. Strength. I do not let my emotions control me. I keep my thoughts pure and do not yield my power to anyone or anything. I rise above self-doubt. I gain confidence in myself through my own power and my unshakable faith that I have the strength to overcome anything. I found courage in truth, and to overcome my fears, I resort to the most powerful weapon, love. Forgiveness as well, that's love for yourself, that's love for other people, because when we forgive, right, we're not holding on to it anymore. We're saying, this issue, this problem, this feeling, this resentment, whatever it is that needs to be forgiven, you're no longer asking it to have such a hold or a power over you. You're releasing it. And this saying, you know what, the biggest strength that we have, that's love. And to give forgiveness as well, that's unconditional love. To say, you know what, I give you a bit of mercy. I give you a little bit of leeway. I give you some grace, because hey, we all mess up sometimes. We all do things we're not proud of. We all have to ask and bow down and ask for forgiveness at different times in our life. And this is truly strength. And this is also flexing those heart muscles. I discover who I am. Once you start to get rid of the stuff that you're holding on to that aren't you, you're going to start seeing yourself and things around you a little bit more clearly. I no longer put myself down or see myself as having limitations. I discover my inner wealth and I become aware of my true self. I am in touch with all of my needs and am not concerned about the judgments of others. I marvel at all the beauty and the possibilities available to me as a being of light. I learn to recognize the divine in me. And if you can see here as well, there's this again, this power of the open heart. So here she is, and here's her higher self going, you know what, you're experiencing things on this 3D earth plane, but you're such a bigger spirit than that. Your soul is much larger than you can imagine, and we are multi-dimensional beings. We heal this earth plane, we help our soul. Connect to your soul, Ask your higher self for guidance as well, is what I'm hearing. And keep your heart open. Keep your heart open, because that is such a strength. Releasing the limitations that we put on ourselves as well. The stuff that says, I'm not good enough for that, I can't do that. Don't do that, because you're setting yourself up immediately for failure. If you think that, well, I'm not going to try doing this because I don't think it'll work, I don't think I'm really going to be good enough at it, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not whatever, right? Strong enough. Spirit saying, let that go. Let and hand over all the self-worry, the self-doubt, because you are a powerful being. And when you open up your heart, there's no telling what you can do. So they want me to take the bottom of the deck here, and that is together in the light. So let's see what they have to say. I see others exactly who and where they are supposed to be. They are in the perfect place to contribute to my own personal growth. Each emotional reaction another may cause in me is a gift from their soul, given to me out of love to help free me of my conflicts. I work and look at myself without seeking to blame others. Thus I become one with the divine in all of us. And this is really important as well, with forgiveness coming out in strength and discovering who we are. Because when someone triggers us, if they say something and we get upset, we react rather than responding. This is showing us, okay, I had some work to do, had a little bit of healing to do. Obviously, I'm still holding on to something. How can I work to move forward and not hold on to this so tightly? So I'm going to bring you a message now. It's called the Self-Care, Sacred Self-Care Oracle. I really, really like this. So we're going to get a little bit here for how can anyone who's watching foster forgiveness in their world as well. So first you have abundance planning. For some of this is financial. This could also be, they have the Chinese New Year, the clock up here as well. This does talk about setting budgets, holding ourselves accountable to where's our spending going, right? If we're looking to have more abundance in our world, is there places where we're kind of bleeding money out? So here it does talk about living expenses, educational, self-development, savings, travel, free money, keep track of your finances, don't shop when you're hungry, things like this. One of the other things is taking money with you, taking money to the grocery store, taking money to any store. If you have a budget and you have cash, you're more likely to stick to it, less likely to add things to it. The same with if we're shopping when we're hungry, we're getting things we probably don't need, but our tummy's talking a little bit. So for some of this, there may be places where we have to forgive finances. There could be people in our worlds that have abused us financially. There could be people that we live with or that we interact with on a daily basis, or some way is connected with our finances that we're saying, you know what, you're overspending, or if it's affecting us, there may be forgiveness there. There may also have to be forgiveness for yourself for ways that you've handled your money in the past, but this is about strength to see, you know what, going forward, you have control of this. There are lots of different ways to manage your money. You get also sync with the moon. Know that it's okay, no matter what stage you're going through in your world, you're still perfectly whole and complete. And as well as make your changes, make your changes with the moon. We're going to read a little bit of that one. Watch a movie. Watch movies that make you smile. If you need to cry, watch movies that make you cry. If you're sad, put something on that's uplifting. Put on the movie that you might watch a couple times a year that nobody wants to put on. I like Twister. That's one of mine. I heard Dirty Dancing as well. And one of the reasons to say that is you also get sex here. So for some of you, there may be some need for some sexual healing. There may also be, this could be makeup as well, if it's with forgiveness. But I feel like this is also giving yourself permission to engage in sacred sex, to engage in sacred acts. So I'm going to read you some of 44 because it is a master number as well. But with this, I discover who I am. Release yourself of limitations. This is engaging in consensual sex with a partner of like mind who's willing and wanting this as well. There's nothing dirty in this. And I feel as well as there may be places that you need to let go of preconceived notions about what sex has to be as well. I heard for some of us, like, it's a great way for creating emotional bonds as well with your partner, together in the light as well. Now, this doesn't have to be necessarily partner-wise, but knowing that we're all in this together. We see each person how they're supposed to be in our worlds, and this has come out another time. I'm trying to think which one it was. I think it was Sagittarius got this one as well. So if any of you guys have Sagittarius and a Sagittarius in your life, you guys may want to look that into that. Anyway, I'm getting all blushy. So the mantra with this one is, I am experiencing the cosmic orgasm. As well as this is partially getting to know yourself, right? What you like. There is a deep well of joy, bliss, and healing available to us through sex when it is treated as a sacred experience of divine union. To achieve the deepest state of pleasure and connection, we must have an open heart and body, trust, and be able to hold the frequency of pure presence. Tune into your body's innate wisdom to uncover what kind of sexual experience or lover you would like to call in. Through this reflection, acknowledge your sexual history and be honest with yourself about any limiting beliefs, blocks, or trauma you need to work through. If there is a lot to unpack here, you may need to seek the support of a professional. As you grow comfortable exploring your own body and your lover's body, as well as expressing your unique essence, desires, and emotions, you will find additional layers of pleasure. Sex is one of the most incredible ways to cultivate your potent life force energy, also known as Kundalini or Shakti, which you can channel in all areas of your life. So one of the journal prompts that you could also write about here if you're wanting to engage more would be, what kind of sexual experiences would you like to call into your life? Be open, right? Have an open mind, discovering who you are. And we all have a sexual side. It's something to embrace, as well as we embrace this sexual side of us, it helps that Kundalini rise. It helps us engage more with our soul as well, as I feel like. Syncing with the moon, this also, if you're a woman, this may be your menstrual periods, right, that are syncing more with the moon, so paying attention to that as well. But let's find that out. Number 51. The mantra is, I embrace my ebb and flow, my many phases, and the cycles of my life. The moon is a powerful celestial entity that reflects the flow of our cycles and the many phases we go through. Look up the current moon phase for guidance on which energy will best serve you at this time. We are almost at the full moon currently, so take note of how your intentions have manifested. Reflect with gratitude and let go of what is no longer serving you. Put your crystals and sacred belongings outside under the moonlight for recharging. So it says, throughout the moon cycle as well, track how you feel. Notice how your energy waxes and wanes and how your sexual appetite fluctuates. Also, if you're female in your bleeding years, track the moon's phase that's present when your menstrual cycle begins and ends. This is a beautiful exercise to do over the long term so you can see more trends in how your cycles relate. So this is also where it's getting at, though, as your cycles change. When are you feeling more active, right? When are you more likely to want to engage in this? Because I feel like this is also important. And knowing as well that this is universal. We're all under the same moon. So if you are wanting to get kind of control over your life right now, financial planning, figure out what you want to do, where you want to put your money into. And this could also be, stay inside, watch a movie with your loved ones, watch a movie with your lover, engage in pleasure that costs nothing, okay? That kind of thing. So I'm going to ask for one more card before we move into tarot. Plan a vacation. Some of you, this may just be a quick getaway. Travel restrictions, could be timeless as well, so if this is after there's travel restrictions, go ahead, plan a romantic getaway, get away. This may even be that you just need to get a change of scenery, take a drive for an hour, plan to do a day trip, plan to go to the beach, have a picnic, do something. But for some of you as well, this may be planning financially to be able to have this trip, and this trip could be something of a lifetime. As well as the bottom, look for fairies all around you. Believing will help this come. So if you're feeling synchronicities, if you're hearing little jingles, if you're feeling like you're seeing something in the corner of your eye, believe it's there and believe in the magic in this universe. So we're going to bring a message from the Wildwood now, guys. Ask some message from the Wildwood for Capricorn, please? Thank you. For July. So, we have the Two of Wands about making a decision, stepping through that threshold. And you also have the Ace of Cups. It was in the reverse. I don't feel it's important as much to read it in reverse. You have on the bottom the Four of Wands about celebration. Once you make a decision, and this is fire, this is heated, there could be fire in your chart. You could have a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius that you're involved with. But I feel like once a decision is made, this is going to spark new life to a love relationship. This is going to open up new communication as well, as what I felt like, even though this is not about our sword, like this isn't swords, this isn't about our speaking, but this is making a communication, oh my god, see there's communication, making a decision in our world that's going to create more love, and that's going to be more true to us, and that's going to make us feel like we're able to celebrate, that's going to make us want to celebrate, and this is joyful as well. And this is heated passion in a good way, I feel like. So, thank you. I was going to say, tell me about this. Right? What do we get? We get Six of Arrows. So, communication, I think. Six of Stones as well. This is exploitation. In a lot of this, the Six of Stones is just about bringing balance back. I feel like with this one, these particular people, there's fire burning uncontrollably behind them in the background. Some of their hives with their bees have been depleted, but they're still standing. They're holding out their bowl, potentially asking for something. There may be a situation here where we need to move past feelings of being exploited, and we may need to discuss this. There may have to be a discussion involved for this decision to happen as well, though. But I feel like both parties, if this is romantically or if this is with another person, have to be willing to open up and communicate. And we have the Mirror here, which is also kind of a decision and kind of about looking in the mirror, making the choices that are right for us, seeing all phases, seeing the past, seeing the present, seeing our parts and things, seeing how did things make me feel, and kind of incorporating the Death card here as well, because if you can see, there's this funeral pyre back here saying, you know what, I'm going to actively choose to release the old parts of me, the old stuff, the stuff I needed to give myself forgiveness for. I'm going to let that person go. I'm going to let those cycles go. I'm going to let those traits or those qualities, those behaviors go, so that going forward I can see a more true reflection of myself. As well as I feel like this is also letting go of stagnant belief systems and not being, I heard mirrored, but that's not the word, not being lured in by falsities as well, and not luring someone else in by falsities with this. As well as there's a full moon here. I believe I'm filming on July 3rd. So I believe the full moon is July 4th, 5th, around there. But coming up into something, this Six of Arrows is about transitioning. So I feel like this could also be transitioning from a point of feeling like, you know, you've just barely escaped the fire into something a little more grandiose. Tell me about the Mirror, please. That's too much. These flipped over though, so I'm going to put the ones that went upside down away, and I'm going to read these ones. So you have the Blasted Oak, which is definitely making a decision. This is a combination of the Hangman and the Tower though, because if you can see, this man has been by all fours tied to the tree, but when lightning struck, it didn't just take down the tree branches, it broke off everything that binds him to the tree, and he is irrevocably down. Once a decision is made, again with this, decisions, once it's being made, things actually get to change, and I feel like you're going to experience a lot more balance in your life. And we also have the Two of Swords here about injustice, it says. So with this Six of Stones and the Mirror, I feel like this Six of Stones about being about exploitation, we may need to take a really big look at, okay, is there someone in our world who's exploited us? Could be financially. Do I want to continue this relationship? Do I want to continue giving them what they keep taking? Or do I want to change the dynamic a little bit? I feel like you're going to need to speak up. And this Six of Arrows as well is transitioning. It's It's like once you see the truth, once you choose to make a decision to love yourself better, that you're worthy of it, you deserve it. You deserve somebody who's going to treat you right. You deserve yourself to treat yourself right. You deserve to be able to feel worthy in your own skin. It's bringing balance so that anywhere going forward, the changes and choices that you make, they're for your highest good. And I feel like there's some arcana here, major arcana. All three of these in the Wildwood are major arcana. And about change, about transformation as well. Super important. And a decision definitely needs to be made. Tell me more, please. Tell me about this blasted oak. Because this is also the Tower. With it being lightning, it could be quick. It could be a quick insight. It could be, you know, quick change. There's a lot of fire, a lot of passion. Tell me about the blasted oak. You get the Five of Bows, which is fire again. So there's a strong fire element here. But this is about empowerment. Often the Five of Bows is about competition, conflict. This one's not. All the other bows are down. And this guy, if you can see this giant phallic symbol, he's the one that's empowered. He's the one that's going to succeed. And he's the one that's going to bring changes in its world. You have this strength here. This strength is so important. That love is the most powerful weapon, is the most powerful tool. We don't need to go around hurting people. And I feel like having love for yourself is the first and foremost here. Discovering who you are, letting go of practices that no longer serve you, people that no longer serve you, getting in tune with you. And I feel like this watching a movie, planning a vacation, syncing with the moon, really getting in touch with what are your feelings. Sex as well as, you know, doing things that are going to rise Kundalini. This balance to me as well kind of reminds me of that. Because you have both of them, well, they're both meeting here. But two separate dragons crawling up the spinal cord. That once you're following your true calling, you're going to feel a lot more empowered to be able to move forward. I want to get a little bit more about that Five of Bows. Empowered to do what? Haha. Thank you. Okay. So you got the Knight of Eels. To express yourself truly in your emotions. To go after what your heart desires as well. Especially with this Ace of Vessels. And the Four of Wands. That is definitely divinely guided. You have one of the cards that fell out here was the Knight of Stones. So this is you guys, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, depending on how it is. But this is movement. Two knights. Making grounded movement, something that's going to stick, but something that's going to be felt by your heart and something that's going to nourish you a little bit more. You have the Lover's card here, another choice. So you have the Two of Bows, Blasted Oak, and technically Mirror, because this mirror is making a choice as well on what is the reflection I want to focus on. There's a lot of choice that needs to come. This choice is about love. It could also be a Gemini. This is the card for Gemini, but look how beautiful this card is. It's about hand fasting, about creating a relationship, about syncing our energies as well as what I heard. And remember, together in the light, that's important. That when you're encountering other people, when you're engaging with their energy, you're honoring the light in them as well as the light in you. And I heard how they flicker. So it could be as well like making a decision, if this is someone new in your life, making a decision to follow the path, follow your heart. But the Forest Lovers, it is such a gorgeous card. You also have here the King of Arrows that fell out. So this could be again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air sign. It could be you guys, Capricorn, just being in high vibration, being able to see above the clouded waters. And this is the Kingfisher, very, very skilled at what they do, being able to go above water and then swoop underneath when they see a fish, get it, get out of there quickly, and focused intention is what I heard. There's a lot of changes that are coming. It's going to take a lot of your active transformation, guys, and your movement forward. And I definitely feel like it's moving forward, because usually this pentacle, usually the Knight of Stones, he's kind of slow. It's a horse. He's galloping, charging forward, and this eel's moving pretty quickly on top of water. There may be something that it is quick. It may not I heard strike you down. Hopefully it's going to strike you down. But it may be something like this. There may be just something all of a sudden. There could be an argument as well, I heard. But there may be something that whatever discussions you have to have, whatever choices you need to make, if this is within partnership, making sure that you feel it's for you. Making sure that it's for your empowerment. And if things are burned away, if relationships are taken, or if things feel stagnant, releasing them with an open heart, bringing forgiveness, as well as this mirror is important. I want to bring to you a message from the mirror, 12. In many traditions, the initiator into hidden knowledge is a female figure that reveals insights and wisdom to those on a spiritual sojourn. In the ancient Arthurian cycles, this is Morgan, who takes Arthur on his journey into limbo and healing in the Isles of Avalon. The Lady of the Lake is another such primal figure who also acts as a holder and guardian of the sword of Excalibur. Sword. Just saying. And is an arbiter of Arthur's actions. Both are archetypes present in the unconscious journey of the soul into deeper awareness and wisdom. No act of will can make the soul take this journey. It can only happen after much searching and questing. It is also a precondition of this experience that some kind of wounding has taken place. It is through the pain and endurance of the wounding that wisdom comes, at which point the individual can cross the lake to the island of healing and protection. It is a natural state of surrender that allows the inner self to travel the emotional sea to the underworld. Patience and prudence are the key words here. Although trust plays a large part in the process of crossing to the island where insights into your own unconscious workings may be revealed. This process differs from the journey of the hooded man who makes his conscious decision to withdraw and contemplate the universe. In the mirror, a surrender of will is required. Insights may come from dreams and meditations, but now it is not the time to force the pace or drive on with a plan or desire until you have heard what your soul has to say and your bruised and wounded spirit has been healed. Be patient, let the journey commence, and awaken fresh and full of energy, ready to deal with the world and the challenges it arises. So, really important, right? I love that this has connections with Excalibur. I love that it has connections with Arthur. If any of that kind of rang a bell to you, you may want to look it up a little bit more. But there's definite changes and a real need here to fix the wounding so that you can move on and fully love yourself, celebrate the people around you, celebrate the relationships that you have, and move on to something more stable in your world. But there's definite changes coming, there's definite changes happening, and it is time for you to heal. So let's get a message now. I'm going to get one last card before we go from the Isis Oracle. And let's see some... This is definitely where forgiveness needs to come, I feel like. So, Isis. Goddess Isis. What messages? Thank you. It was too many. But, okay, we get enter the chamber of healing. Definitely, right? We knew that. Whatever wounding we need to worry, or that we've been worrying about, needs to be released. Divine destiny, the path of the divine warrior. You are on your path. And it's not going to be easy. It's not easy to learn the lessons we need to learn. But you need to stay strong. You need to stay firm in your beliefs. And not give up on your convictions of who you are. The serpent of fire as well is energizing our kundalini. For some of you as well, this could be a sacred relationship. We have magic and ritual. Crafting sacred practice. For some of you, this may be starting to work on your spiritual practices a little bit more as well. As you connect with the moon, as you connect with more feminine energy, and I heard divine intuition as well. And we have power over the 7 scorpions. The power to conjure lower vibrational forces. And I feel like this is the power to know how to use our negative emotions. That, yeah, we can get upset. We can feel raw emotion. But it doesn't mean that it's in an explosive way. We have the power to use these emotions in a constructive way. And the bottom of the deck is the Pillar of Light. This is about changing. And this is about the descent of the Star of Isis. As well as you get under near the Pyramid of Light. step into a vibration of deeper love. That's what I have for you. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.